Hello everyone and welcome to my Polish League quarterfinal game versus Kasia, who is the higher seed, so she gets to choose the side and she chose the USA, so we'll be playing as the USSR. I believe this is the best of 3 mode, so this is only game 1 and we have at least one more game to play, maybe 2 more games to play, depending on how things turn out. What we have here is not a bad hand. Actually, I like it a lot. We have only one really problematic card, which is NORAD. Duck and cover can be used safely. CIA will not be problematic because I have Fidel, so I will not be forced into Central, South or Africa, which means CIA will be played safely. Purge and nuclear test ban are of course welcome. Korean War is pretty bad, but it gives me control over Korea, so I will not complain. The question is, do I headline Nasser or do I headline Purge? This is not a rich hand in terms of ops. If I headline Purge, then I will have nuclear test ban left, basically. So I guess the best play is to just headline Nasser. Also, I don't see defectors, so if Nasser gets defected, I think it's less painful. And no scorings, so she may have some scorings in her hand which are not affected by Purge. Yeah, sure, let's go Nasser. Asia. Okay. I think I will just go for Duck coup in Iran. I will try to use my ops as efficiently as I can. Now, if she wants to coup Iran, she's welcome to. This will of course grant her access to Pakistan if she rolls well enough, but first of all she may fail, second of all Asia has just been scored, so that's a bit painful but not as painful as it could be. Okay, that's very good for me. That means she doesn't get access to Iran or Pakistan or Iraq. So now I can just grab everything with nuclear test ban. Do I want to take Greece or break West Germany? Probably no and no. Can I give her CIA now? What's the worst she can do? Okay, she may take Lebanon with it, and I don't want to give her Lebanon with it, and if I take Lebanon first, then she gets 2 moves in a row, so I guess I'm not giving her the CIA now. Let's start with, yeah, with the original plan. I may try holding Red Scare. Maybe I get like defectors and blockade on turn 2 and I decide I want to event it. And spacing NORAD is valuable now since none of us has reached the first space track field yet. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty weak. Okay, she's presumably going for Saudi Arabia, but that's very, very expensive for USA, especially early on. I think I will just ignore it and space NORAD. That's unfortunate. Decal is gone. She fails the roll too. Now the CIA doesn't really look like a harmful event, so I will just let her do whatever she wants. I assume she may want to go to Thailand with it to speed up the process of climbing through Asia to India and Pakistan, if that's what she wants to do. But it's not really dangerous for me. The other obvious targets are like France, Saudi Arabia, maybe Panama. I doubt she's going to go to Angola as soon as turn 1. That makes sense. Let's just go to Libya. She's still not going to France. Theoretically, I could try breaking West Germany on AR7, especially if I could do that with Purge, but she would have to get rid of Truman first. Okay, she's just taking France. Unfortunately, that's not a very suspicious play. That's just probably a correct thing to do. However, I think I can still... fight to stop her domination. And we haven't seen Marshall yet, so... If I make her fill out Spain or Canada before it comes, I think it's beneficial to me. Oh, and Truman is gone. Interesting. But now she's not... But now breaking West Germany doesn't grant me anything immediately. It kind of sets me up for a fight in... Europe next turn, but eventing Purge also does that. That move to Iraq was suspicious. I'm not sure if she wants to break Iran or not. In the Pakistani war is in the deck, so I'm kind of fine with her doing that. I think I want to play Korean War for Ops. I think I want to take Libya. And that doesn't leave me with much room to experiment. I think I'm just going for Pakistan or South Korea, one of those two. Pakistan is kind of vulnerable to in the Pakistani war, but it grants me access to India if she doesn't get it and win it. South Korea is just a stable, efficient play. I could also go to Saudi, but don't feel like that achieves much. I think I like one into Pakistan. Olympic Games. Okay, she breaks Iran indeed. Whoa. This is a rich hand. Independence and Marshall are somewhat annoying, but not a big deal. I got all the 4-ups except for US-Japan, so that's surely good for me. Romanian abdication ensures that I will not be losing Europe domination if she tries to get one. Socialists seem to be a decent headline. Purge seems to be not that good of a headline, especially with defectors still in the deck. I think I may just go for Cambridge, honestly. If not for another reason, just to know what's going on. And if they get defected, I'm absolutely fine with that. And I think I'm in a pretty decent spot, despite no access cards, so I don't really want to risk. Let's just go Cambridge. Okay, so Middle East is out, and Europe is not present. Alright. Well, I guess I was at least able to get that Middle Eastern check. I probably want to coup. So, queuing Iran, kind of... Okay, so... okay, I want to coup and I'm queuing Iran or Panama. If I roll 1 or 2 with a 2-up, that doesn't matter at all. If I roll 3, that's good in both cases, and if I roll 4 or more, that's probably better in Panama. So I probably want to roll in Panama, and I want to roll high, so that probably means I'm not going to use a 2-up. I probably don't want to use socialist governments, because that's such a good turn, AR6 play, with Europe to be scored on next turn. So I guess I'm queuing Panama with a 4-up. I'm not using NATO for that. Am I just eventing Purge here? She may have blockade. I'm really tempted to just event Purge. She may have blockade distal, and then if I event blockade, she's forced to space distal and hold blockade. Or event containment, which I'm fine with if she does that. I have Arab-Israeli war. Wait, I actually like this. I can get build-ups whenever I want to. And it's possible she has Indo-Pakistani war, so I don't even know if I am denying her mill-ups by queuing. I kind of like it. I know she has 0 scorings left in her hand, so Purge will likely do some damage. The only 1-ups in the game that she could have are UN Intervention, which she won't play for ops anyway, Capture Nazis, which, like, okay, that's one card that she will event, so with that it doesn't work, and Blockade, with which Purge is very painful. So I kind of feel like this Purge is doing a lot. If she plays containment now, I guess then I will coup Panama with a 2-up, because I'm not giving her Marshall yet. I'm not sure, maybe I will space Marshall anyway. Unless she takes Spain. If she takes Spain, then I will probably not play Marshall. Not space Marshall, then I will probably give her the event. Of course, NATO is kind of annoying since Special is in the game. Okay, that's barely acceptable. That means I can retake Iran and Pakistan with a 4-up, but I give her NATO. But I guess that's still better than Marshall. Because Marshall is a tragedy for sure, and NATO is very bad if she has special relationship, which is basically a 50-50. And I really want to take both Iran and Pakistan, right? Unless I do something like this. I really don't like this. She may still have Indo-Pakistani war, I don't trust it. I think I will go for this. And if she wants to try in the Pakistani war now, then she's free to. I don't like this play, but that was just the risk involved in not queuing AR1, and I accept it. If she has special, she probably takes Turkey with it. After that, I'm not sure I'm not sure what happens after that. I probably respond with eventing Romanian. Okay. She uses the event, that's okay. I will just get the Milops since I'm not getting any other source of them this turn. Unfortunate. Now spacing is not a priority, so I will probably event this AR6, and in the meantime space one of those and hold the other one. Oh, she had it, damn it. Okay, she doesn't use it to grant herself a domination, but she denies me the socialist government's break that would grant me the domination. Interesting. So maybe now I'm not that eager to event socialist governments. I think I want to play Marshall as a 4-up next turn. Do I want to event independent reds, or do I want to space them? I kind of don't care about the space now, so let's just do this. Or maybe not. Yeah, maybe let's just do this. I kind of want to go to India this turn. Okay, you know what? I will just space this. I think there is some value to be found in equalizing the space track. I will try to not get that much behind on it, and I do not get much value from giving her independent reds and taking Turkey in return. I think this is not good enough. And socialist governments may be still useful as AR6 play if, for example, she has the goal and doesn't want to space it for some reason. But she's under purge, so I assume that, yeah, that if she has it, she wants to space it. And she succeeds. Okay, so she doesn't have blockade and destall, that's for sure. Let's just enter India now. Going to Burma on my last AR would also kind of force a response, but not quite. Yeah, exactly. No, not that. That's not very convincing. Try something like that. Taking points out of France is still useful because Suez Crisis is on the way, and I don't really want to take 2 points out of West Germany because, especially when she's under purge, I don't really want to make a potential blockade event harmless. Because if I took 2 points out of West Germany, the blockade event would be almost free. It would be worth 1 up, so that's not really impressive at all. Alright. Okay, that's a good redraw for me. She got defectors and Europe. And blockade. And Suez and UN. Alright. That's... I definitely got the better part. She knows about distall. So I assume she would have to at least consider playing defectors. I guess I could start with Vietnam. If she gets like duck and cover and decides to use it, that's like perfect. And if it gets defected, that's harmless. Also, I don't know a single good card other than Defectors that could be her headline. She could be going for Europe headline, but if I theoretically got socialist governments, that could be a disaster for her. However, it's always like mind games, because she has defectors and like she knows that I know that she has them and so on. So she may assume that I probably didn't draw them, and even if I did, I may be reluctant to playing them. So I wouldn't find it absurd if she headlined Europe. Yep, defectors as predicted, and now I will be able to coup Panama. And again, I don't have a good card to do it. I guess I will just go for Indo-Pac. I'm not using... all the free ops are like... the red ones are eventable and containment is not a good one. Maybe socialists are not that good of an event. I mean, it's a good event, but... nah, I will keep it. Let's go for this. Oh, that's lucky. I don't have much distal fodder outside of Europe. I guess I will take it out of Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia and Finland before I play Truman. I wonder if I may be forced to fill Czechoslovakia, for example. But I don't think so. Her hand looks poor, so she probably knows she can't really beat me in Fight for Europe. She may try though. Okay, she's going for it. That's fine. Let me equalize. I doubt she will try to go further than that. I would be surprised if she kept fighting for Europe. Especially when she knows I have Marshall. So she is aware that filling those those West European non-battlegrounds kind of cheapens the cost of Marshall Plan for me. So I would assume we get a Europe drop here. In response, I probably use distal. Okay, that doesn't help Europe. So now I guess I can... Oh, maybe she's waiting for me to distal out of European non-battlegrounds so that she can grab Canada. And then I will have harder time of equalizing Europe, then I will play socialist governments, okay? That's how it goes, I think. Alright. I guess let's go for East Germany. Looks legit. Nigeria because it's cheap, and Mexico so that she has to respond. I think she really wants to take Mexico right now, so I don't think she really has the space to fight for Europe anymore. She has UN intervention as well, and if she uses that to play with my event, that also means that she will have to skip her last AR, and that means she can't really afford to I mean that would be harmful to her, like pretty significantly, so that's a weird one. I don't agree. I mean, I think if you knew I had Distal, you should have dropped Europe earlier. I don't get it. Because now I get Mexico for free. And I get to play with socialists. So I don't get realigned easily. This is like the best scenario for me. She didn't get the European domination. I didn't get realigned out of South America. I took Central. I mean Mexico. Okay, she hits the space track. Decal is gone once again, but not much to complain about since I got Distal anyway. I guess let's get rid of Truman before independent Reds come. The goal is gone as well. So now, whoa. So now Marshall Plan is no longer a threat to me. Now overprotecting France doesn't give me much, since all the European events are gone. The only one that will appear soon is Willy Brandt, which is kind of meaningless even though Truman is gone. And also NORAD, sort of. But her hands are not very strong compared to mine, admittedly. Okay, that's a weird hand. It's full of traps, but it has Fidel plus Central combo. Which I like, of course. I think it's a pretty clear Fidel headline. She may see it. Of course, that doesn't mean that I necessarily have Central, but of course that will be on her mind. It's not clear though if she's able to do anything about it, even if she wants to. The OAS card is of course kind of unfortunate, but if I get the time to shore up South America, then that's not very bad. Bear Trap is probably going to space, since I don't have many good space targets anyway. Our man in Tehran may be safely played if I use it to break Jordan, so I guess that would be the plan. Grain sales, okay. Interesting. South African unrest, okay, I guess that's not a bad hit from my perspective. I'm curious what she would... Okay. Okay, so she used this opportunity to just screw me in Africa even more. That doesn't necessarily mean she has Africa, but it may. I don't think I have anything better to do than just dropping Central before she tries realigning me out of Mexico and Cuba, because if she hits those, that's gonna hurt a lot. Yeah, that would be a lot of VPs. So let's just get rid of the scoring, because it literally cannot get better. The other play was of course to event South African unrest immediately, but I don't think that would be much better. Because of course then she would kind of have to respond to this, and she probably would just retake like Angola and overprotect it, and Zaire as well. And she probably wouldn't realign me immediately, but then it gets really weird. Because then what do I do? Then I probably take like South Africa, and then we fight over Botswana, and sooner or later she starts realigning, and if it hits, she can turn her eyes towards Central, and then that becomes really risky. She didn't even purge, which is understandable since she had grain sales headline. Now of course Africa looks kind of cooked. It's not like I have a better thing to do than doing that. If she doesn't have a 4-up, then she cannot overprotect Zaire, overprotect Angola, and retake South Africa. So I guess in the worst case scenario we'll just fight over South Africa. Interesting. Alright, so I guess I could just break Zaire with with U2 incident. I could do that with Marshall, but I don't want to. I want to keep Marshall in case she plays a 3-up of her own and retakes Zaire that way. I can then use Marshall plan to retake Zaire once more and take Zimbabwe. Okay, she gives me space, she gives me time. That's great. Now I can go greedy, now I can do this. And I will, by the way. So... Marshall for you. If she doesn't get like nuclear subs next turn, or voice, or or colonials, that starts to sound like wishful thinking. But yeah, if she doesn't get any of those stupid events, then I can possibly fight for even Africa domination, dare I say. That's of course a very optimistic scenario, but right now the biggest threat to my path to victory is something silly happening with African control on her part. So the further down we are from this scenario, the better. And Marshall Plan is kind of free anyway, so... I'm kind of out of ops, and I really want to take Chile and overprotect Angola. And I really need to coup Cameroon with a 2-up. So... okay, do I want to stop her from spacing further? No, not really. I don't have the time to do such a thing. First, let's get Milops. If you have Chev, and congrats, it's free now. If not, she would space it anyway, which is also a good play for her, so it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that much of a difference for me. Whoa! She got Perch and Missile Envy and Grain. She got a hand with a lot of agency. She could do a lot with it. And she knew Missile Envy was... Oh no, not necessarily, okay. Because Duck is still here. Okay, so... I feel like I should really overprotect Angola, and I really should take Chile. So I think I'm spending the China card. But first, let's just break Jordan. This is kind of a tempo play, because she can't really ignore that. Oh my god! Really? Okay, that's very good for me. I love to see this. I'm so happy. I would hate to see nuclear subs headline next turn. I'm really happy it happened now. Because let's do something like this. Now, I don't like this. I mean, kind of feels bad because I could keep. I could still hold the China card and just space bear trap or something, but I really don't want to like be kicked out of the sovereign part of South America by Voice of America, and that's why I felt the need to just grab Chile. Okay, that's a reasonable play. Hello, South America scoring. Nice to see you. Okay, so the play pattern of this hand is extremely clear. It's as clear as it's possible. I headline Brush War because this is the most flexible headline and it prevents her from headlining Africa scoring if she got it. And then I try to end the game with South America and I hope that she doesn't have Junta. If she has ABM, it's not that bad because if she succeeds with ABM in South America, then I can just brush war whatever country she had success in, and I have like at least 2/3 of a chance, which is great. If she has Junta, it's complicated. If she has Junta, it's worse. Then I'm probably not winning this turn. The other option was of course the Lone Gunman. The Lone Gunman doesn't really stop her from headlining Southeast Asia scoring though. And if she headlines Junta and wins, that's still like good for her. Also now, okay, that doesn't matter actually. Yeah, I'm really curious what she will do. Okay, that's perfectly countered. Let's see what the rolls say. Okay. Okay, that's a choice now. That roll was exactly enough to grant her access through puppet governments if she has those. Okay, I think I will just have to play casually. Let's try that. That doesn't work. That happens. Now I don't have a good 2-up, and I kind of wanted to event cultural, but I don't think... yeah, let's just be safe and coup Nigeria with cultural. She doesn't know I don't have Africa, and she doesn't know that I have South America, so that's kind of her choice what to do now. If she has puppets, she probably does it anyway. She probably like goes to Argentina and Zimbabwe and Saharan states or something like that. Or maybe, I don't know, Zimbabwe and Guatemala, or Zimbabwe and Saudi, to just try to contest as many regions as she can. Whereas Japan is a pretty convenient 4-up to have. I wonder if I should hold Bear Trap. Because after I score South America scoring, the OAS will still be kind of annoying, but it will be manageable. And I wonder, maybe... Because of course dropping OAS with 5-year plan is like the dream, right? It's like very efficient, very handy. It allows me to immediately respond to all the inconveniences caused by the OAS event. But with this state of Southeast Asia, if she doesn't drop it anyway. It kind of looks like I may have some interest in just holding 5-year plan just to be sure that things don't get out of control if I draw the scoring. Okay, that's such a good news for me. That really looks like she has Africa, so let's just do that. And ask her a question. I don't think this play necessarily betrays that I possess South America scoring in hand. I'm not convinced that it kind of shows my hand. I don't think it does. Well, yeah, I don't think it does. I think it's kind of natural that I want to get Argentina immediately. So, okay, that means it's game. Woo! Okay. A lot of luck in cards and also some luck in dice rolls. Yeah, a bit. Like, I got perfect scoring timing in both Americas, and that's the 20 VPs by which I won. It was pretty interesting, but kind of kind of unfair that I just... It's one of those games where the USSR just gets distal and then every single good scoring that just gives them 20 VPs out of nowhere for no reason at all. So I guess that's one of those. That's only the game 1 of our best of 3 though, so we'll still see some responses from Kasia, I guess, and yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.